Janky AF presents It's Cruisin' for Cars with Corn. And welcome back to Cruisin' for Cars with Corn. Part 2 of the Ford Aerostar. Alright, we're going to open this. This window happens and it feels like you're like getting like a sugar rush or something. All these windows explode open. It's amazing. Rochester. They always seem to start at like closer to my zip code and then work back, which is kind of cool because it's geographical. As cars, that's the one thing I like about Auto Tempest. As cars, you have to click through more and more tabs, so you're getting further and further away from where you are. Because obviously, especially if you don't have a lot of means, the closer the car is to you, the easier it is to go scoop it up. If you're looking at buying. As I said, over 2 million Aerostars were made, and every single one of them was made in St. Louis, Missouri. Here we have a 96 Ford Aerostar extended all-wheel drive van, 4.0 V6, $850 in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Holy shit, I want to buy this. I think it's four-wheel drive. What is wrong with the back hatch? It's got rust. Oof, is that frame? It might just be rockers. Ooh, boy, it looks like frame damage. It doesn't look good. Some of these are real clean. Yeah, rust on the frame is preventing it from passing inspection. Inspection mechanics suggested some less stringent inspectors may pass it. See last two picks. You'd have to tow it, but it is cheap. I feel like you get no negotiations on the phone. Must be towed. I feel like you could actually get it welded and get a brake line for not a ton of money. I mean, these have no, that's, the nice ones command a pretty price, but an older one, it's hard to really raise their resale value, very unfortunately. Here we have one, a 97 XLT, $500. Good V6, transfer case, rear, and many other parts not running. Must be our four-wheel drive as well. Oof, look at some of these rockers on these got pretty bad. Boy, the junkers are getting real cheap though. I've never seen you don't see a lot of that. They're usually kind of in medium condition, which is funny because a lot of classic cars they're in great condition or they're trash. A lot of Aerostars are in medium condition where they're running, but they have some things wrong with them, which is I think a testament to their durability because I don't think people necessarily take care of them that well. They just keep on going. Tons of them you see 240, 250, 270. Tons of them right around 200,000 miles. This one, it's almost too good to be true. Desert private collection, worldwide shipping available. This one's 7,600. So I gotta say the other one was 78, right? That we saw in part 1. This one might be nicer. Oh, I somehow doubt it's the fact. This is a showpiece. Oh, so these are the power windows I was talking about. They're color coded. And I actually don't know which is which because haven't been an Aerostar with power windows in a long, long time. But I think that's so cool. Just, they don't look like anything else. It's such a nice, it's like a craftsperson's touch on these. That's I don't know, so exotic to me. And this little paneling in here is really, really nice. And here we go with the two-tone seats. Look at these. You buy classic cars, top my page. I love that it's being sold as a true classic. It's pretty great. Yeah, look at those seats. Real simple instrument cluster, Really nothing simple. But again, the further you go on and the more cars become old to us, I would say this plastic looks a little cheap here, but this sort of circular positioning here looks very nice. You know, especially of like a European car manufacturer who's not like huge, like Fiat or something like that, who would, you know, everything would be fairly on the cheap side, but just very simple and well laid out. Very nice instrumentation panel. I love the steering wheel. And this steering wheel was a lot of things. The steering wheel was in Mustangs. The steering wheel was in the great Mercury Capri 91 through 94 generation, which I'm a huge fan of. Would love to have one of those one day. So it came in red too, which is cool. I don't think it was in Taurus's, but it was in it might have even been in Crown Vics, but don't quote me on that. But I love the steering wheel. You know, people talk about parts bin stuff, but like I think Ford probably spent a lot of time and money engineering the steering wheel. For at the time, I like the little horn buttons on the wheel, like almost like very European, little tappy horns there. You got your cruise controls. I believe a volume adjustment, which is, you know, pretty good for that. I mean, it had a lot of luxury features. That's the thing for like a van or utility vehicle. And of course, this one is like pretty darn good looking. All right, nothing in Fayetteville, nothing in Nashville. I've seen this one before. This one's pretty, I gotta say, this is like a really good, see, this is a great one that would be like, if you really wanted to buy one that was like a running project and you could drive, I would go here. $1,500. Well, they don't really tell anything about the vehicle, but it's assuming it's running. Beautiful two-tone seats. The blue and gray is quite a striking combo, especially with the gray bumpers and then the black inserts in them. It really is a like very rare. I would have to say the blue and gray combos. A lot of like the red and gold combos, or you see, you know, or the red with the gold stripe down here. White and gold combos. A lot of green combos. Two-tone by that I mean, but the gray, and usually I feel like a lot of times the dark color will be on top, so the gray over blue is a pretty cool color combination, and a little pinstripe in there. That's the thing, Ford did so many color combinations with these. It's amazing that they offered so many, you know, which in a mass-produced car, it's one thing to give it variety, I suppose. Just again, I love how it's not equal to light, just a little tiny bit above, creating that little sort of distance there. I love a central mounted logo, like a side mounted logo. I really like that. Because it's a hard spot where to place it, you know, in the center. It's easy to put in the middle, but like when you gotta sort of put it off to the side. Just little dimples in the hood there. Boy, I really like this. This is we're in Minneapolis. Oh, maybe I should have our good friends Pete and Ellery pick it up for me. Alright, moving on. That's a really nice one in Minneapolis. We've got one in Fayetteville, Arkansas. 204, about right, second owner. Purchased in August of 2017. Had a lot of work done on it. New tires, 17. Odometer reads 204,399. Date of tires purchased. The odometer reads 183,179 on the bill of sale. Everything works except PAC. It looks rough as no third seat or luggage rack. The rack was removed and mounting holes filled because of inside leak. Picture show inside will remove stuff in the back of the van before sold. The faucet protector will be removed from the trailer hookup. Huh. I don't know. It doesn't look that rough to me. I love the black and white. This is like this. So this is like the NASA spaceship color scheme where you got the black wheels and the black bumpers and the door handles. I mean, come on, like that looks wonderful. You know, it's the color balance. When you're gonna do like monochromatic or black and white, like the balance has to be right. You know, and it's a very tricky thing. And this has it in just the right spots. If it's too sparse, it's kind of like, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the Brooklyn Nets jerseys. I got to be honest, because I feel like I love their city jerseys, but the main jerseys, like, I don't know. You got to make it stark in the right ways and balanced in the right ways. I think this does that well. No shame. I just think that, you know, to me they're just like lacking a little something. But stuff. Oklahoma. Looks like the headliner's shot. Nice new tires. crank windows. 204. I love this when people do this. Just in case. It's nice. It's nice. It took us some time, obviously. Took the extra step, you know. Kind of funny. Yeah, it's a beauty. $1,000. Same pad. You know, if this is gonna be a weekender car, who cares if that's 200,000 miles? You know, like, ooh, now this is like kind of one of my dream Aerostars, if I'm being honest. Where is this? First of all, I love teal. This 90s teal is like wonderful. The bumper's a little I'm sorry, I'm standing in awe of this thing because I really like this. I like the gold seats so much better than the silver seats for the two-tone. The gold goes so much better with the burgundy red than the gray does. I like the tan interior better than the gray. The gray was always just a little cold to me. Looks like it's got the bed. And I like an all teal, but I don't mind that gold on the bottom, especially with this little stripe here. And these are like one of my favorite Aerostar wheels. So these might be a hubcap, but they're... Boy, this thing is something. 10 days ago. I'm going to see if this is still available. Alright, let's look at the other ones. Oh my god, Roswell. $600 down payment? Oh, $2,000. I love when these all these shenanigans. $600 down payment. It's missing that little windshield situation there, but it is a boy. This has got some sort of body cap. This actually looks a little different than the Sport Package Aerostar, which was offered. This almost looks like a separate aftermarket. Oh man, I don't know where to find aftermarket parts for an Aerostar. It's very tough. It's very disappointing too that they don't have a stronger aftermarket. You know, the problem with me is I just want to buy every single one I see. Look at that red seat. This is one thing I want to start doing, is putting in just different colored seats in cars. I think it makes a huge difference if you do it tastefully, like red seats in a tan and black car. You know, because that's like what Ferraris did. They'll have a red seat with like a, you know, it's an exotic look. Boy, those wheels are pretty killer too. I don't know what they're doing with these pallets on top of it. The front spoiler. Why would you do all that stuff and then not put this little, find that piece, you know? Affordable car buys. Now you'll have to tell me, what do you like better, this one or the one before, the teal one? Boy, $600. Oh, it's just 2,000. So 2,000. This one's 1,500. I mean, I gotta say, this one's cool, but it's like really playing into the 80s thing. I like this one where it's more 90s and just a little more tasteful, in my opinion. Here we go, 500. Oh, an 89. So you can see this has the, as I was talking about in episode 1, the rare 3-spoke with center-mounted Ford logo. Wasn't lying to you. It does look good, I have to say. It does look. It's probably the purest in terms of design. Love the block of wood in front of the license plate. Big fan of that methodology. 100,000 miles. 3.0 engine, automatic transmission. Ran well when parked. It needs ignition switch. Short version, not extended. I just need the room. Wow. Just needs an ignition switch. Again, those sweet hubcaps. Lewiston, where's that? What's out there? Nice work van, Phoenix. That was a nice work van. Oh boy. This van's had some work done to it. Look at that grill. I appreciate the ingenuity of it. This is pretty funny. Are these functional? I gotta say, aftermarket wheels on Aerostars are a very hard sell on me. It can be done, but some running panel there. I do think these look great and just like white out, like white with white bumpers. Jay Leno always says that white is the color that will make or break a designer, because you can't hide any design flaws in the jazziness of the color. And I don't know if that's true, but I do know an Aerostar looks good in white. Ooh, 89. I feel like I've seen this before. Very interesting color combo of gold with gold bumper but blue stripe, and then almost looks like blue side mirrors, but I think that's probably just faded. Great wheels. Look at the wheels on that. This has got the, so this is the before, I think it was 93 maybe, they switched, but they used to have a stock mounted automatic transmission in these, which is so funny. I don't think it was robust. I think the later models are a little better. Gold on brown two-tone seats, amazing. Like so many color, just varieties and options. It really is like, so I saw a Ferrari on Bring a Trailer that was yellow with blue and yellow seats. The entire interior, blue, a mix of blue and yellow. And it was wild, and it looked so cool. It's like, why don't more people sort of like take that, it's already a Ferrari, like I can see why you want a modest Ferrari, but like it's always the red, and like, I get the whole classic sort of, there's something to be said for stock, but this still is stock, and it's like a rare thing. So anyways, that's reminding me of this, because it's like that blue and gold color scheme, and you don't see a lot of cars that can be made to look well in so many different color combinations and actually pull it off without it just seeming gimmicky. And there's just endless combinations of these, and it was kind of just done as a thing. These aftermarket wheels, any like kind of truck wheels look good on Aerostar, because it is a truck, and they look good with like sort of a heavy duty wheel. Wow, great bench seats. Third row seat, 2000, St. Vinny's Cars. Oh, it's in Eugene. Wow. Ready for life. Oh my god, it's got flames going on it. Well, we still got some ways to go here, so I don't know. I guess we'll finish up. This will be a long episode. 230,000. Alright, actually I'm going to clip this. This will be the end of episode 2 of the part 2 of the Aerostar episode of Cruisin' for Cars with Corn. Join us in about 4 seconds for me when we start episode 3. Janky do Thanky. And well, we're back to part 3 of the Cruisin' for Cars with Corn special Aerostar edition. And thanks for being with us. Look at this beautiful, it's ready for van life, a 1997 Aerostar 4-liter V6, $2,500, El Cerrito. This has a beautiful, almost like hand-drawn. Now, it's funny, I do love a black Aerostar, but they're so rare that you don't get a chance to see them often. I think they've actually done a great job blacking this one out. With the bezels, the grille, everything. It actually looks really good in blackout, and I say that because I love the white wheels on it. I think that's just the right, perfect amount of balance. I could take or leave this thing. Flames, I love the idea of them in practice, but I actually think the size of this one is done like kind of just right to just give it a little tiny something on the all black and white scheme. California plate obviously looks great, and then it looks like it even, I didn't notice this, but I actually like that white sort of inner roof line. Love it. This thing, not seeing that thing bothers me, but I actually think that would be cool in white because you have that continuity with the roof line. So if they did get that, or if I got that, I would put that in white. Looks like a really haggard van life, man. Oh boy. What is this, like a bong? Pretty great. So, wow, looks like a person who's really good at like DIY. Definitely good at DIY. Should probably blur that person's face out from the internet for privacy's sake. That Aerostar here that's ready to be lived in or maybe for work. It's all wired up, ready for solar panels. It also has a diesel heater in it, a free quarter tank of fuel for you, free longboard, free mattress, and free backup camera. The engine runs, that's a backup camera, that's so great. Engine runs very strong because the whole top end was rebuilt. The only noticeable problem is that the passenger side suspension doesn't have one bushing, so it kind of clacks when you start the fit. 230. Nice. Here we have another four-wheel drive Aerostar. Just your classic worker van, white with gray bumpers. 97 and 93 Aerostar, four-wheel drive fans, both running. Both fans need CV joints in the front, are not drivable. 97's XLT is in good condition, runs great, big V6. Only around 93,000 miles on it. The other, excuse me, is a rare 1993 four-wheel drive panel van. Wow. Panel is kind of a beater, good for parts, or you can fix it up. Yeah, the panel vans are rare on these, especially the extended version panel vans. This looks like it's actually a half panel van because it has one window, or half window. Boy, the two of those look great together, next to a little Beetle there. Man, I love these things so much. $1,500 in Reno. I think there's one more there. Ooh, look at that 1990. The older Aerostars are really a treat. Carpet cleaning van, $3,500. Both van and truck miles in good condition. Here's that panel van again. Nice one. 98,000 miles. Yeah. Still making some money. Boy, that's great. Yeah, and the panel van accentuates these sort of like window features. Excuse me. Okay, moving on. Ventura. This one I'm really... Odometer rolled over. Paint color brown. Automatic transmission. I do think the older ones are so cool in the standards. And they have a higher chance of being standard because they made more of them. God, look at that. It's beautiful. Sort of like a sand and gold. Again, another variation on the paint theme. Boy, that is a beauty. Wish there was more pictures. Headliner looks to be in really good condition though. So probably 174,000. Due to memory loss, cannot find keys. Oh boy. 90 Aerostar, runs like a champ. Auto, power windows, seat air, easy on fuel. No accident. All original, including paint. Title on hand, no dues owed. 83,000. I think I've seen this one a couple times. Really nice V6 air. Yep, that's your standard classic Aerostar. I always thought this gap was pretty funny, how big that was there. Didn't really notice it too much though. Well, I guess that's it, folks. So I'm gonna maybe take a look at, where was it? This little ditty here, and now if I find out any more information, I'll keep you posted. But this was the great Aerostar episode. There'll be probably more, but it was really nice. First one, at least, to do the Aerostar up on Cruisin for Cars with Corn, because I haven't done that as of yet. And thanks for joining us if you stuck around, and if you did, consider liking our video and even subscribing if you enjoyed it. We'd really appreciate it. We're a little janky, but we're trying to get people on the cause, and the subscriptions are just a nice little tokenistic way to say thank you. That also goes to like really helping us grow. It's a free way you can try to help us grow. So thanks again. It's Cruisin for Cars with Corn, and we'll see you soon. Janky do thank you.